It's the final race of the year, and this is the final video of the year. We've been building cars this year. We've been building buckies. I may or may not have purchased another project car. But more about that later. But this video is about us thanking you guys. And it's about talking about what it's like to build a project car. So we've been building project cars and we've learned a lot about building project cars. So I've asked the guys on my team and the guys that we work with what their thoughts are about a project car. We're going to give you guys some pros, we're going to give you guys some cons, so that you can make a decision about building your project car in 2024. This is also the final race of the season. But before we do the recap and before we go through the year's happenings, let's go race.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So far so good. Look, that was the first session. It's supposed to be a sighting lap, but of course these guys decide it's now finals of the world finals.
Wait for me, I got little legs.
So the guys were racing. We were able to stay with him, but I couldn't get past. So it's a bit concerning because I want to get second for today, but Reno is all of a sudden found pace. He's fast, he's looking good. So we're gonna see. So let me do one of my pros for building a project car. My one pro for building a project car: achievement and satisfaction. Even if the car swings for the first time. Yes, man!
That's all I wanted.
Even if the car starts for the first time. There's a sense of achievement that you don't get anywhere else. So if you want to build a project car, I always say just go step by step, get the car to swing, but don't do nothing. Take those small wins, get those small achievements, and then you see what happens in a year's time.
Well, first run out, brand new engine, 328, managed to get a good jump into second place off the line. So we're going to go out the next run and see what it does. Worst case scenario, we'll have to...
Hey, I'm Ricky Bobby. Big Red, America's #1 cinnamon gum. If you don't chew this you got something wrong with your head.
I'd say a pro, you get to play with your friends, such as we do. Very lucky, very fortunate. We've on numerous E36s earners decks. The pro is obviously get to play with your friends. We all know the adrenaline rush is another pro. I'd say a con takes up all your time. All your time, all your money. But again, you know, I think your pro playing with your buddies is probably, you know, it overcomes or overpowers the rest. So I'm very lucky and fortunate, and that makes this all worthwhile. Again, this is our last hoorah for the year, and we'll probably go out and give it our all.
The car's just been revamped, so a lot of after hours work. If you've got a race car and you've got a business, that's what you've got to do is after hours. You can't have your business involved in your hobby. So the pros, obviously, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me, is the Rallycross. We have a lot of fun. we're a family, very big family. Everybody helps each other. There's no animosity amongst the drivers and so on. We're all good friends. So yeah.
Wow, yeah, what a mission and what a journey to get here. It has been amazing. This is our last one of the year. The 16th is always kind of a touch and go. Everybody's on holiday, but I think it's good just to get out of the system. Game plan for today is literally just to have a good time, have some fun, slide a little bit around with some friends, do some passenger rides. We did some change on the car, see if it works for next year, and just have an overall good time today, you know? A lot of patience to build a race car, right? Finances needs to also be sort of there because you never know what creeps up. The pros is that you can take your time. You know, you can really do it over a year, you can do it over 5 years, you can build a kit car, you can do it in a week if you have the right people and the right money. And then you need the right network around you. It's very, very important. You can build it the way you want it, you can make it super comfortable. You can make whatever you want to, you put whatever engine you want in it. And I think the best thing is knowing that you built it, it's built in your garage or it's yours, you were the first person to drive it. That's for me is the biggest thing. Having to complete a project like this with a good bunch of friends of mine helped me put this thing together, and we're racing it, we're having good fun on a weekend with it. The pros far outweighs the cons. So if you're gonna build a race car, go ahead and build it, but be patient, make sure the funds are available and take your time. And when you're there on the start line, you're gonna have tears in your eyes and you're gonna have a good time.
So we're here at the last Rallycross event of the year with Mr. Ernest Page, our star driver. Yeah, we had an interesting day so far. He's won the first 2 heats, if I'm correct. We had an interesting situation. We lost the fan somehow because we run 3 radiator fans on this car. It's kind of supposed to be against what you normally do with the E36 by taking out the viscous fan, but we find that if you run 3 electric fans, it's actually better, especially in the type of situation we're using the car now. But yeah, besides that, the car's been very smooth. We haven't had any issues. We've changed setup a little bit, played with tire pressures, so yeah, we're aiming for the win in the final and hopefully we can take the championship. And yeah, besides that, everything's going pretty well.
Will go to the 19th BMW of Ernest Page.
game plan for today is literally just to have a good time, have some fun, slide a little bit around with some friends, do some passenger rides.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm. Wait. Everybody just calm down.
So it's been a long year, guys. It's been a long, long year. But I want to talk about, we spoke about the pros and cons of project cars, but I also want to talk about what is it like to put a team and to go racing with your friends. This is the main drug dealer / instigator over here. If it wasn't for him, none of us would be on the start line. So let's start with you, Dex. What does it take to put something like this together with a bunch of friends?
Yeah, man, I can only be grateful. But I think, like, for me, the main thing was achieving a goal. You know, it wasn't very difficult if everybody's on the same page. Excuse the pun. But I think that we all kind of wanted to achieve something. There was something we worked towards, and everybody put in the effort. You know,
It's a lot of work, eh?
It's a lot of work, but once you start the fire, it kind of goes on its own. And I think that's what we got. And we were very lucky to have the right group of guys around us and made it very, very easy.
Yeah, it was. And speaking of the right group of guys around us, we got Emil over here. And of course, Emil's from Crisp, and Chris came on board this year. But I mean, that wasn't the reason you were part of the team. The reason you were part of the team is because you were part of the team.
Oh, absolutely.
But to get sponsorship, to get backing, it's not easy. So how do you do that? From my perspective, it's relationships, and that's what this is.
Absolutely. I mean, if it wasn't for relationships, I don't think we would be here. You know what I mean? So I think I said to Craig earlier. You know, the pro of all of this was having one another. And if we didn't have this, it probably still be able to be possible, but not as easy. And because you know, we also learn from one another. So everything just becomes easier. It's trial and error for one. What works for the one works for the other. So
we said that in the beginning of even last year. We said it's just easier when there's a whole bunch of guys doing this, working on the same cars. Not necessarily you got an Audi, I got a BM. Because when you have a problem on your car, I got a problem on mine. We all have the same information. We got the data.
The thing is, camera does make it look very easy, but I think we've all had our fair share of trials this year. In the last 2 years, it's been difficult. We've had engine rebuilds. But if we didn't have one another and sharing parts amongst one another based on the same fact that we've got the same car, this would have been so much more difficult. So dibs to us for doing that, I think. And for anybody else who wants to do it, the easy way to do it, get the same
Get
car.
E36.
Get E36, yeah, that's it.
you know, I just want to touch on that. It was so difficult. This was the first time in the season closer. This was the first time all three cars were together.
Yeah.
It's that difficult.
So why is that? What do you mean?
Because I mean, you know, one car's down, then the next two was running, and that's what we had throughout the whole season. So you know, it was super difficult, but we all three made it, and super proud. You know, we did it. It was hard work, but we are here, and the season end was amazing.
So Dex, me and you normally do the season closes, but I know he wants to do the closing season. Yeah. So that thing that you said you saw in that video, what does that guy say in that video again?
And with that,
The 2023 season comes to an end.